lace up those Chuck Taylors and stop spinning that ball on your finger because the Generals are in town. So we've got to watch the Harlem Globetrotters this week on the Why Is This a Cartoon Cast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Why Is This a Cartoon Cast? It's the only show on the internet where we take a look at animated adaptations and ask the essential question, hey, why is this a cartoon? I'm your host, Joey. Joining me is Tim.
Yo.
What's up, Tim?
Yeah.
Ready for this one?
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Statistically, the greatest basketball team of all time.
Yeah. Because they don't cheat or anything.
They've never lost a game.
Do they really count as a real basketball team, though?
No.
Okay.
I thought the Generals were due.
So, yeah, this is your classic Hanna-Barbera money grab.
This was Hanna-Barbera?
This is indeed Hanna-Barbera.
Because I thought at first, I was like, what is this, knockoff Hanna-Barbera? But it is...
It is indeed Hanna-Barbera. Ran from September 12th of 1970 to September 2nd of 1972. Total of 22 episodes.
Yeah, so it ran for a long time, but the episodes were released sporadically.
Yeah,
so
very sporadically.
It didn't have a long run. It basically had a season's worth of episodes spread out over 3 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is another... It's Hanna-Barbera. We know what we're getting into at this point. It's Gilligan's Island. It's Partridge Family. It's all the same crap. But this one just happens to have
the Harlem Globetrotters.
7 foot tall basketball players.
Yeah. Like, let me bring up the notes for this.
Did you ever see the Harlem Globetrotters, Tim?
Probably.
I never saw them. They were around here a few months ago, but I wanted to go. I never got to go.
You know, it would have been great if we had both gone to the Harlem Globetrotters and watched this terrible cartoon.
It would have been great if we would have one of the Harlem Globetrotters to guest on this episode.
Oh my god. So what did you think of the cartoon? I thought it was ass.
What'd you think, Metalark?
Yeah, right?
Well, I gotta tell you.
Who's the big dude on the show?
I don't know.
All
the character models look the same, and I swear to God it's not racist. They all look the same.
They really did.
They were indistinguishable, except Curly was bald.
Yeah. So we start off the show with a cold open. Like, let's just get right into it.
No, they don't. No live action on this one, which is disappointing.
No live action, yeah. I mean, they could have had, like, the Harlem Globetrotters doing their thing, like spinning balls and doing tricks.
I feel like that episode exceeded its quota of the Harlem Globetrotters doing their thing.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
This was a 20-minute episode, and like 7 of them were, oh, I'm Curly. I got the ball going on my elbow or my shoulders or whatever.
My
like,
elbows.
come on now.
Yeah, no, it was bleh.
Also, let's talk about the characters. All the same guy, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Except Curly. Goose, who is the titular character in this episode.
Yeah.
But the only Harlem Globetrotter I know before going into this was Bubblegum Tate.
Yeah.
The guy with the afro.
Yeah.
No guys with... Bubblegum Tate was not in this. Where was Bubblegum Tate?
I don't know.
Okay, Google. Okay, Google.
Okay, Google.
Where was Bubblegum Tate?
Where was Bubblegum Tate?
These came back from a search.
See, you have a British Google. Your Google doesn't know.
She doesn't. She doesn't watch basketball.
Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Damn, this shit never fucking works when you want it to.
Oh, you're putting a quarter in the swear jar.
I'm gonna drop my nuts in the swear jar. Oh shit, the Penguins came back. They were down 2, now it's 3-2.
Good for them. We're apparently recording this episode during a Penguins game. Figure out which week it is. Anybody who does wins a prize.
There's a lot of Penguins. There's like 8 left.
Well, now they know which friggin' week we recorded it. Great. Now I gotta give out a prize.
Holy shit, was Bubblegum Tate just made up for that episode of Futurama?
Yes.
Now I feel like a dumb guy.
Yeah. I was holding back because I'm a jerk.
You didn't know.
I didn't know. I don't really care enough to know because I don't watch basketball. which is why I was at full disinterest for this whole thing. So we start with a cold open. Old lady driving the bus.
Oh my God, Geese was a real guy on the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, I think all the characters in the show were actually.
He was one of the most popular and recognizable Harlem Globetrotters ever. Hubert Geese Osby thrilled audiences with his awesome talent and effervescent personality around the world for 24 years. He served as the clown prince of the Globetrotters from 61 to 85.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a pretty
Yeah,
big...
the Harlem Globetrotters have been around forever.
Well, I know that.
Hallie Bryant, I don't know if he was on this show. Wilt Chamberlain was a Globetrotter? Wilt the Stilt? Was Wilt Chamberlain the same guy who fought Bruce Lee?
Sure.
Do you know what I'm talking about? In Game of Death?
I think he actually was then, yeah. Oh my God, I haven't seen Game of Death in forever.
That's your fault. Sweet Lou. I think he was on this one. Where's Curly? Pop Gates, J.C. Gibson, Showboat Hall, Tex Harrison. Where was my Tex Harrison? Connie.
Okay, do you want to know who was on the show?
Yeah, go for it.
We had George...
Marquise. He was on the show. Right?
No.
Considered by many to be the greatest basketball dribbler of all time.
So we had George Meadowlark Lemon, Freddie Curly Neal, Hubert Geese Osby, J.C. Gibson, Bobby Joe Mason, and Paul Pablo Robertson.
What was the first one you said?
George Meadowlark Lemon.
Meadowlark Lemon isn't listed on this page. Jumpin' Johnny Klein. Red Clots. Meadowlark Lemon. Hey, these guys are all called clown princes. What kind of shit is that?
I don't know.
He passed away in Scottsdale, Arizona, 2 days after Christmas in 2015. Aww. He played in 7,500 consecutive games. He played before popes, kings, queens, and presidents. In 1952, the Globetrotters received a letter from Meadowlark requesting a tryout. He was given a look, and after serving 2 years in the Army, was signed to a contract. The Harlem Globetrotters have a developmental team called the Kansas City Stars. What kind of shit is that? I'm just reading. Bobby Joe. Oh, here's Curly. Was he a fucking clown prince too?
Yeah, sure he was.
Oh, this guy's still alive. This episode's gonna suck.
It is. So let's just get into it.
All right, the Harlem Globetrotters.
So we have a cold open with an old lady driving a bus. Oh God, we're all going to die. Anyway, a shock of blue hair and knuckles behind the wheels of a large piece of equipment. They have a big game tonight against the All-Stars.
Yeah, the competitive team in this is not the Washington Generals.
No, it's just a bunch of white dudes.
Well, the Washington Generals are a bunch of white dudes, but they're called the Washington Generals.
Oh.
So I wonder why they didn't, I don't know. I guess maybe back in the 70s it was the All-Stars, but I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe it's just generic basketball.
If you're a huge Harlem Globetrotter fan, why don't you write into the show at witacartooncast@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook at WITA Cartoon.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Available on Spotify, Google Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, your local RSS feed.
As well as any comic book shop within a 20-mile radius of Hazleton, Pennsylvania. Moving on, so they have to get all the luggage onto the truck, so the big guy like Hulk jump stomps all the stuff onto the bus.
Yes, this is how they load their luggage onto the top of the bus. The largest of the Globetrotters jumps in the air and makes a wave on the sidewalk, which shoots all of the bags on top of the bus.
Yeah.
We're done loading the bus. No need to secure any of this.
Nope, because it's a cartoon and that's how physics work. So they all get on the bus and they show everybody sitting in their seats, all globetrottery, except Dribbles, the Scrappy-Doo of the episode of the entire show.
No, don't you dare call Dribbles the Scrappy-Doo. He was the inspiration for Air Bud.
Oh my God, I hate you.
Do you know Air Bud was the same dog from Full House?
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Oh my God.
Comet.
Well, he really moved up in his career. Anyway, so they send him back to his dog chair, which he stomps on a button, it pops out on the floor. I don't know. I'd rather sit in that chair because it does cool stuff. But, and then suddenly...
How is that a trope of dogs having technology?
I don't know.
Snoopy, Dribbles.
Yeah.
The list is extensive, but I'll only give 2 examples.
How did Snoopy have technologies?
He had that whole thing under his house. was like a pimp cave.
I don't remember that. Maybe Joe Cool did, but not Snoopy. Anyway. So we suddenly cut to a kangaroo robbing a bank. Or a jewelry store.
Yes.
Sorry, I said bank. I meant jewelry store. And then hopping away. And there's these two guys sitting in the car that apparently are, in cahoots with said kangaroo.
Trained kangaroo handler. Yeah. Yeah, so this show was the inspiration for not only Air Bud, but also Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, right? So, but the kangaroo jumps in their car, then immediately jumps out and takes off.
Also, the
loot.
kangaroo honks.
Yeah, you go, yeah. I've never heard a kangaroo make that kind of noise, but whatever.
I've never heard a kangaroo make any noise, but if I did, I would bet money it doesn't sound like.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't either. You know what? The only thing I've ever seen a kangaroo do is get punched in the face by a guy trying to save his dog.
The video is amazing.
It is, especially when they edit it to be Fallout with fats. Anyway, so he takes off from the dude and hitches a ride on the back of the bus. Suddenly, the bus gets a flat, and so does the basketball that Curly was dribbling out the window.
Yeah, as they're driving down the road, Curly's just like dribbling a basketball out onto the road while they're driving.
Yeah. So the bus gets a flat, and somebody points out, we never changed a flat before. And then, I don't remember what Metal Arc says. He says
something inspirational.
But has zero logic. We never changed this either. I never thought of it that way. So they jack up the bus, and the entire bus...
They jack the bus up off the axle, like off the transmission. It's like floating dozens of feet in the air.
Yeah, and then they change the wheel out, and then they drop the bus onto the thing and pop all four tires in one shot. Like
but the way they choose to lower the bus is, who is it? Goose. He's the one who jacks up the bus with a hand jack, and then Curly flips the switch on the hand jack, and it ratchets down very fast with Goose still attached. So when it's done lowering, his arm is like an accordion.
Yeah.
And he's like, now I gotta go to the hospital.
And Granny listens to it and goes, sounds like a sprain to me.
Yes,
what is she,
yes.
kind of
Their
witch?
bus driver is also a nurse, and she puts, or maybe she's not, if she's using a stethoscope on his arm to hear for a broken bone.
Yeah. So, Curly, can you pretend you're an ambulance? Yeah, and he makes an ambulance noise because he's an idiot.
Yeah, who's the dude from Police Academy?
Oh,
Michael
Winslow?
Yeah, he's the Michael Winslow of this show.
Yeah. So, he's like, no, take him to the hospital. So he keeps pretending he's an ambulance, grabs a wheelbarrow, and scoops him up, brings him to the hospital. So then we jump over to them showing up at the said hospital.
Yes.
With candy and flowers and everything.
And I just want to point out, I love that we watched the first episodes of these shows, because, like, the first episode of any show...
Yeah, sorry.
Has the unique challenge of, like, introducing the characters' names through the dialogue in a way that doesn't sound awkward. Yeah, unnatural. No, I've never seen any show actually pull this off. Everybody's like, good job, Meadowlark. Way to go, Curly. Like, people who know each other don't talk like that.
Nope.
Especially when they're facing each other. That's be like, hey, Tim. Great shoelaces.
Thanks, Joe. How about you, Chris? Do you like... Oh.
Tomato. He left this friggin' bottle of coffee here.
I know. It's almost like he's still here. I can feel him like a phantom limb. No.
The recycling's gone.
It's on the other side of the garbage can. It's nice.
Now it's broken.
I don't care. It's in a bucket. I'll just dump it into the recycling bin for the people to pick it up.
It's in the suck it bucket.
Yeah, right? So, they show up and they send, who do they send? Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe?
Bobby Joe to find out
That's
where he is.
That's a girl's name.
It is. Find out where he is because Curly doesn't know shit.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, oh.
He's in room 203. 203.
He keeps repeating
203. Don't forget. 203.
So they're releasing Goose, of course.
Yes.
And from his room in 203. And as Bobby Joe comes back, but first we need to cut to Bobby Joe comes back and goes, oh yeah, he's in room 302. Oh, I didn't see that coming 20 miles out.
He says 303.
Whatever. No, he says 302.
90210.
867-5309. Anyway.
I got it.
Got it.
I got your number on the lawn.
Anyway, so in room 302, a magician and previously mentioned kangaroo are hanging out.
Yes.
And it's like, oh no, I shouldn't have loaned you to those two guys. I didn't know it'd make you do a robbery.
Yes, the kangaroo from the beginning was owned by a magician.
And so
also, why is the kangaroo being treated in this hospital?
I don't know. Why are they in the hospital? It's not a hotel.
Everybody's just hanging out in the hospital.
Yeah,
This is a
doesn't make
Pokemon
sense.
Center.
Right? So the group approaches the room just as a TV show with mad science comes on, and the evil doctor on the show is going to turn his next patient into a kangaroo.
Yes.
And they hear
How
this.
convenient.
Yeah, right? So
And surprise, surprise, when they go into the hospital room, they see a kangaroo on the bed, and their first thought is, oh my God, our friend is now a kangaroo.
Yeah. WTF.
They're
kids.
professional basketball players, not professional people who are not stupid.
Yes. So they, of course, grab the kangaroo and run off with the magician chasing after them in a famous chase scene. So
Is it a famous chase scene, or
No,
is
it
it a
doesn't. They
rip-off of every other cartoon chase scene?
pretty much. So eventually they use a bad disguise to sneak out of the hospital. And later on we cut to the game against the All-Stars where they have the kangaroo in the locker room.
I feel like we missed so much.
I might have
They
glossed
jumped
over-
down a garbage chute. You know, that old trope.
Oh god. No, they jumped down the laundry chute.
Yeah, the laundry chute. They end up in a laundry basket, one of those big rolling ones that you only see in, like, wards.
Yeah. Meadowlark disguises himself as a doctor. They hide the kangaroo and the dog under a sheet on a gurney.
Yes.
That bad disguises.
And then they push it out. Meadowlark says, I will be the doctor, and you put this mop on your head, and you will be the nurse.
Yeah.
And Curly said, I can't believe you were going to blow past all this shit. This was gold. Curly's like, I don't want to be the nurse.
Yeah.
And Meadowlark is like, I would look ridiculous dressed up as the nurse. And Curly's like, but so would I. And then Meadowlark puts the mop on his head and says, here, don't you look great? And shows him a picture of a beautiful woman.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Curly falls for it. That was a good gag.
That was
That was a solid gag.
okay, I'll give him that one.
Best joke of the show.
I was looking down at my phone taking notes at the time, so I might have missed that part. I look like that nurse from TV.
Yes.
So, then they...
Oh, I watched this. I watched this
Inebriated.
I watched this cartoon today. I get to work like a half an hour early, so I was like, oh, I'll just watch the cartoon and take notes on it. I watched like half of it, and I was like, oh my God, I'll watch the last 10 minutes when I get home. And there's a distinct point in my notes where it says, I can't even feign enthusiasm for this anymore.
Yeah. So, we eventually lead up to the game.
Oh, we get another stupid chase sequence.
Oh, with the two orderlies that were taking away the magician who told them that five basketball players and a dog stole his kangaroo.
Yes.
And then we have a crappy chase scene.
Hanna-Barbera cartoons and chase sequences. Name a more iconic duo.
At least they didn't do the door sequence.
I wish they would have done the door sequence.
Actually, you know what? I enjoy watching the door sequence. I've seen it so many times, but I like how modern cartoons make fun of it really hard.
I want to see it used more in live-action spoofs.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Nobody would expect it.
I feel like if you ever showed just like a bunch of doors, everybody would be like, oh, we know what's coming.
Yeah, I know, right? Even kids who've never seen a cartoon before kind of know what's going to happen. So,
My next note is Curly dumb as hell.
yeah,
Oh, this is back when he's telling him to dress up as a nurse.
yeah. It's like an F Troop thing.
Yeah. F Troop, the animated series.
Oh my god. You're going to wear that dress? Oh, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. And then 10 minutes later,
Cut the next scene. I can't believe you could, man.
That's a Freakazoid thing, isn't it? When he talks about F Troop.
I've never seen Freakazoid.
You've never seen Freakazoid?
I know.
Oh my God.
I know about that certain gentleman from Freakazoid whose name we cannot say.
Oh, Candlejet?
No, you have to say Candlejack and then you cut.
Thanks, Freakazoid. Anyway.
Oh, ancient memes.
You're not too bright, are you? I'm going to have to go get a bus. Anyway, that's still the line of that episode. But I wish we could do Freakazoid, but it's a cartoon based on a cartoon based on a cartoon, so we can't do it.
Can't do it.
Nope. Can't
The
do good
rigidity
cartoons.
of this concept is too strong.
I know. There's so many things I want to talk about, but we
Like
can't.
Bubblegum Tate. I cannot believe he's only a Futurama character. But are you fucking telling me that a 70s basketball
quarter
team
for the
had
swear
no guy with a freaking afro? Don't shake your head. This is an audio format. Darn it. Gosh darn
My
it.
neck creak. I could hear my neck creak as I did that, by the way. You like that? We're only audio and I shake my head at you.
No, I don't like it. That's why I was upset when I said it. Oh my god!
I'm laughing too hard now. I'm going to start coughing. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay.
So now we get to the basketball game.
Yeah, we're at the basketball game.
Do you think there's a basketball game in every episode of this show?
There probably is. Yeah, there is, because that's actually, according to Wikipedia, that's the trope of the show, is there eventually leads to a basketball game where they're going to start losing and they become invincible and awesome.
That's what the freaking wrestling show should have done.
Yeah.
The conflict leads to this. But,
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
and I guarantee every basketball game on every episode used the same animation because there was so much reused animation.
Oh,
on the
there
show.
was.
Curly sliding the ball on his
Oh my
shoulders.
God.
The grandma jumping up.
Yippee! How many times did she say yippee?
The budget for each episode was $15.
It shows. It shows. They reused animation from Scooby-Doo for this. From the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
So the first half happens and they're dribbling the basketball.
Well, we didn't mention that they abduct. Of course, they abduct the kangaroo because they think it's their friend Geese,
Yeah.
and then he's actually playing basketball for them.
Yep. But he scores on the wrong side at first.
At first, yes.
But then they do Globetrotter bull crap.
And then they're like, "Nice going, Geese." Like, you think this is your friend who has just turned into a friggin' kangaroo? Cut him some slack, dude.
Yeah. I would be having an off day if I was turned into a kangaroo too. Just saying.
So it's like halftime, and the magician man shows up, who's very Transylvanian for some reason.
He is, and they're like they hide in a locker, and he like watches them hide in a locker.
So he shows up, and this is my line of the episode. He's like, I think I can explain. Fade to black, fade back up, and that's what happened.
No, it doesn't even do that. It does like the little wavy thing across the
Yes,
screen.
that's right.
And that's what happened. And I'm
Like,
just
obviously that cut exists because we, the audience, have already seen what happened, but like, that's still so funny. It's like, I can explain. That's what happened.
I love when movies do, like comedy movies do that. I'll explain everything. And that's what happened. Oh. So then, of course, they only know it happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What
Geese
happened?
showed up.
The robber guys from the beginning pretend to be on the members of the All Stars
To get the
to
kangaroo
steal the
back.
kangaroo back
Because he has the loot still in his pouch.
because
So-
he's a marsupial.
Yes. So they decide to go in the game and go back to the game second half and show those robbers what for.
What for?
What for? So how long were we going to have that cut of the robbers throwing the basketball back and forth and the kangaroo jumping over it? That happened for like 20 minutes, I swear to God. Just back and forth and the kangaroo jump over
The
it.
recycled animation, man.
It was so bad. So eventually the Globetrotters score so much in the second half while messing with the robbers that the scoreboard explodes.
Yeah, I think the final score ends up being like 100 and something to like 4.
10.
10.
Yeah.
And 2 of those points were the kangaroo scoring against his own team.
Yeah. So what does that tell you?
So the bad guys get away.
Well, after
The real Geese shows up.
after Geese already showed up.
Oh, yeah, he showed up with Grandma.
So no, they of course send Billy, Joe, Bob, Frank, Ed out again to get the police.
Yeah, go get the police.
Yeah, the hey guy who just forgot completely about everything ever. Go get the police. He shows up. What was I supposed to get again? And they're like, "Oh no, you didn't get the police." And the robbers hear the term police. And they're like, "Oh."
Police? These robbers have the biggest chins.
Yeah,
They look like Dick Dastardly.
Jay Leno's. So they take off in a car, and the giant guy does the ground stomp thing and wrecks their car.
Yeah, we get a call back to the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
He ground pounds again, and then the bad guys are caught.
And send him to jail. I'm like, okay. So then the ending of the episode is the kangaroo wants to join the Globetrotters.
Yeah, they want to replace Dribble.
Dribbles the dog
Yeah.
with the kangaroo, so Dribbles has to show off. And he falls down, and everybody laughs, and they're like,
And they're like, we're going to keep Dribble around because
Because-
he's funny.
yeah. And that's the episode.
That's the episode.
That's the episode. I'm not getting that 22 minutes back, ever.
It was only 20 minutes.
I'm not getting that time back. I could have done something with my, constructive with that.
If we look at it through the eye of 70s cartoons,
Okay, to compare it to other 70s cartoons,
to compare it to I thought
Godzilla.
that this was better than Godzilla. It was better than
Godzilla.
Partridge Family.
Way better than Partridge Family. It was way better than any of the other ones. Actually, honestly, God,
I think it was on step with Gilligan's Island. I'd put it about there.
Gilligan's Planet, you mean?
Yeah, Gilligan's Planet.
Give it a little bump higher than Gilligan's Planet.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit. But that's because the theme song saved it.
The theme song was very good.
It was. And the music then during the second half when they're defeating the robbers was pretty much great too, because it was like the same kind of vein as the theme song.
Yeah, but Hanna-Barbera, at this point, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It was cookie cutter Hanna-Barbera.
There's a freaking laugh track, so obviously that takes points away.
Yeah.
But just a Harlem Globetrotters cartoon, let alone the fact that there's two of them.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten the Super Globetrotters yet. We might do that around the time of the NBA Finals.
Sure. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't feel like this deserved to be a cartoon at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. There's nothing. The Harlem Globetrotters going around fighting crime. I don't know. Maybe Super Globetrotters is better. Remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But no. Didn't deserve to be a cartoon.
No, I mean, it was semi-entertaining at moments, but aside from that, yeah, no.
Yeah, it was just fine.
It was fine. Yeah, it was vanilla.
The episode that we watched was recorded from the TV Land broadcast.
Yeah.
What was it advertising at the end? He's like, stay tuned for...
I don't even remember.
It was something stupid.
It was something stupid.
But, yeah.
It was semi-entertaining. I didn't mind it. So I guess, yeah, we can pass it.
Inoffensive. I fell asleep last night watching a compilation of Ernest commercials.
Oh my God, those were great.
Hey, Vern.
Hey, Vern, it's me, Ernest. They were for
Make the
a
upgrade to
restaurant,
Mellow
weren't they?
Yellow. No. You don't know about Ernest?
I do know about Ernest, but I couldn't
Let me
remember
give you
what
the
they're
quick skinny on Ernest. That character was created by an advertising agency, and basically he would just make these 30-second commercials. They're great. They're all great. Look them up. There's compilations on YouTube. But he would just make these little 30-second commercials for everything, like car dealerships, Mellow Yellow.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've only seen them for the restaurant ones.
And he would bang out 100 in a day.
Really?
Because they're all so simple. It's just him going into the camera hey, Vern, Mellow Yellow. But, they're really entertaining. So
I missed the Ernest movies. You know that?
Where's the Ernest cartoon?
There might have been an Ernest cartoon.
There should have been. He went to camp. He went to jail. Why didn't he go to the animation studio?
He got scared stupid, too.
He did get scared stupid. Those were the same masks from Troll 2.
I know they were.
But at the end of every episode, I like to give our pitches for our own ideas for an animated series that could fit alongside some of these shows in a lineup. So, Tim, what do you have for this one?
How about Basketball, the animated series, The Animated Adventures of Coop and Reamer?
There you go. I've never actually seen Basketball.
It's entertaining if you like that kind of humor, if you like Orgasmo and stuff like that.
See, I don't have a problem with the South Park style of humor, but I feel like if I'm watching it for the first time at this point, I wouldn't enjoy it.
No, you actually still might enjoy it.
Really?
Some of the stuff that happens is ridiculous.
I do love Bull Durham.
I think you'll like it.
All right, maybe I'll check it out because it is on Hulu.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to watch that tonight.
Yeah. Or it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix or Hulu.
If it's on Netflix, I can't because I don't have my account up right now. But still.
It might be on both. I don't know. But mine is Space Jam, the animated series.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, speaks for itself. Just
Can we have a different live action basketball player every week?
I think for budget's sake, Michael Jordan would have to be animated.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
I like it.
Yeah, sorry for the thin episode. I think we went a little hard last week, so this is a little bit lighter for us.
Well, not only that, but
There also was no content available. Next week, I think we have some good stuff coming, so
I think we
look forward to that. Please find us online. We're on Facebook at WITA Cartoon or WITA Cartooncast. I think it's the first one. You'll figure it out.
Just search for Why Is This a Cartoon Cast and Google will come up.
Yeah, do that. Also, feel free to write to us at witacartooncast@gmail.com. We will read your letters.
Eventually.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably doing it on Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Music, or your local RSS feed. We're also up on YouTube. All the episodes are finally being updated regularly. All the back issues are on there. Yeah, so I think that's all we got for this time for the Wisest Cartoon Cast. I'm Joey.
And I'm Tim.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Yep.